Caitlyn Clark is going to miss tonight's game, and she's got a groin injury. I have been banging the drum online and on here for the last 2 weeks saying there's something wrong with her legs. There's something going on. Is it the nagging quad injury? But it's something to do with the lower half of her body. It is a groin injury. Now we've got an idea of why she's struggling from long range, where it requires, some real push.
Caitlyn's groin gave out like it couldn't take it anymore, and now she's stuck on the bench. But that's just the start, Dana B. She didn't just cause drama, she went full chaos mode. Fever fans are furious, people are quitting, and the drama is flying everywhere. It's messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. So what really happened? Why is Dana losing it? And how did Caitlyn's injury become the biggest twist? Buckle up, this ride has no breaks and nothing but pure chaos.
And that is the news that Caitlyn Clark is out with a groin injury. Now, if you guys have been watching the Indiana Fever and Caitlyn Clark play over the past 3 games, it is very clear that Caitlyn Clark is not feeling like Caitlyn Clark. She has only made 1 3-pointer in her last 3 games, and even just last game, she only had 6 points. But it wasn't only her performance on the court that was worrying fans, it was also just her demeanor, her energy. It felt like something was wrong. She wasn't hyping up the crowd like she normally does.
First it was her hip, now it's her groin. At this point, Caitlyn Clark's body is breaking down like a ship sending out SOS signals. This isn't just bad luck anymore. We're way past little accidents. This feels like she's got a target on her back. Every game turns into a crash course in survival, and Caitlyn's stuck in the middle of it.
Caitlyn Clark is out again with an injury, which is the worst thing you can hear if you're a fan of the Indiana Fever, and really if you're a fan of the WNBA, because obviously Clark is the engine that makes the Indiana Fever go and is the single biggest driver of interest in the WNBA, and it's not close. And anytime somebody is out of the lineup, you get concerned, especially when it's Clark, obviously, considering she had already been injured earlier this year and is now out with what is being dubbed a left groin issue.
The Fever are officially in trouble. You know it's serious when the medical staff knows Caitlyn Clark's Starbucks order by heart. It's only the 2nd injury of the season, and we're not even halfway through. For a team that hoped to rebuild around a once-in-a-generation talent, it's starting to feel more like they accidentally joined a high-stakes episode of Survivor, WNBA edition.
Caitlyn Clark out yet again with a left groin injury. Caitlyn Clark will be missing tonight's game versus the Los Angeles Sparks. The venue will be open. Out with a left groin injury. We go from a quad to a quad to a groin.
But here's where things get real shady and real interesting. It's not just the injuries, it's how they're happening. If you watch the games closely, like slow mo, frame by frame, football film room close, you start to notice something off. It doesn't feel like normal basketball, it feels like sabotage. Game after game, Caitlyn gets hit like she's sneaking classified secrets out of Area 51, elbows flying, shoulders slamming, hip checks tougher than a TSA agent having a bad day.
The Indiana Fever just lost a really tough game against the Los Angeles Sparks, and it comes back to the 4 things the Indiana Fever always have trouble with: missed layups, missed free throws, interior defense, and rebounding. That is why the Indiana Fever lost this game, and that's why they cannot be a championship team, in my opinion. You have to be able to get stops, you have to be able to rebound the basketball when you do force stops, but there was some positives in this game as well that we have to get into. Kelsey Mitchell was spectacular. I love to see her furthermore breaking her shooting slump. She had 20 points today on 44% shooting from the 3-point line, so you like to see her have 3 back-to-back games in a row where she's having over 20 points. She's totally in her groove now.
And the refs? It's like they're watching a completely different game, or they've taken a vow of silence like monks on a Himalayan retreat. Blatant fouls are ignored, hits go uncalled, and body slams somehow get labeled good defense. This isn't let them play, it's more like let them assault. You'd think the league might pay attention when their biggest star limps off the court twice in a month. But no, we're still pretending this is normal, just part of the growing pains. Except the only thing growing is the list of players dead set on knocking Caitlyn out, 1 hit at a time. The way they're coming at her, you'd think she stole everyone's spotlight, and they want revenge with interest. If jealousy had a playbook, this would be page 1, target the rookie, rough her up, and hope she breaks. And sadly, it's kind of working.
her pregame routine. She was doing some things differently. Some fans also noticed that she had her upper left leg taped during a couple of those games. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things pointing to the fact that something wasn't right. And I have to be totally honest with you guys, I'm not surprised by this news at all. I was just having a conversation with my fiance last night and I told him, I was like, I think Caitlyn's hurt. I'm not going to be surprised if sometime soon the Indiana Fever pulls her and sits her for a few games. I think she is still battling some sort of injury. And less than 12 hours later, the news dropped from the Fever. But it's a tough blow not only to Caitlyn because we know that she loves to be on the court. It's a tough blow for the Indiana Fever because that is their superstar. Whether she is playing to the best of her abilities or not, they are still a better team with her on the court.
And the refs? It's like they're watching a completely different game, or they've taken a vow of silence like monks on a Himalayan retreat. Blatant fouls are ignored, hits go uncalled, and body slams somehow get labeled good defense. This isn't let them play, it's more like let them assault. You'd think the league might pay attention when their biggest star limps off the court twice in a month. But no, we're still pretending this is normal, just part of the growing pains. Except the only thing growing is the list of players dead set on knocking Caitlyn out, one hit at a time. The way they're coming at her, you'd think she stole everyone's spotlight, and they want revenge with interest. If jealousy had a playbook, this would be page 1, target the rookie, rough her up, and hope she breaks. And sadly, it's kind of working.
Dealing with an injury, not looking like herself, the game is already out of hand, yet we still put her back in with 45 seconds left. How much patience do I need to have before I can start going nuclear? Because I am getting very frustrated with what I am seeing. To everybody that said Caitlyn Clark didn't look like herself, salute to you. For everybody that said Caitlyn Clark might be going through something, salute to you. Clearly you all saw what that person that stands there like this can't see.
It's gotten so ridiculous, there might as well be Vegas odds on which body part Caitlyn Clark injures next, ankle, shoulder, spine, take your pick. At this point, it feels like we're playing injury bingo with a star player's career. And yet, the league's silence? Louder than a vuvuzela in a library. Suddenly, the conspiracy theories don't sound so far-fetched. Maybe there is a secret, shut her down, club. Maybe there's even a rogue PowerPoint making the rounds titled How to Wreck Clark Without Getting a Tech. The refs? Their whistles are collecting dust, their eyes are supposedly open, but their presence is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. And it's not just that they're missing calls, it's that they're ignoring the obvious ones. We're talking physics-defying, limb-twisting, WWE-level hits. At this point, you'd have a better shot getting flagged for jaywalking on the moon than getting a foul for wrecking Caitlyn Clark in the paint.
Do look at it, and you take a look at the injury. Stephanie White spoke about it, so let me give you the latest. This all just came out, so this is all as I speak. Basically, Tony East, shout out to him. This is the video of Stephanie White discussing the Caitlyn Clark injury.
With Caitlyn, when did you guys find out about this groin injury, and how much of an absence do you expect from her beyond today?
Yeah, late last night. I think it's very much a day-to-day thing, how she responds to treatment. I stay in my lane and let our strength and conditioning and our physical, our AT staff do what they do best. But yeah, I found out late last night, and then we'll treat it day to day.
That's your back.